The Battle of Route 42. Rivalry renewed, part one of the two-game series between the Mount Gilead Indians and the Cardington Pirates on a KMAC Friday night. Rivalry night here in the conference. One of these two teams, well, both of these teams, needing a win to remain in the conference race. We got all the action coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it's coming your way next.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing?
Preparing for his next career as a commentator.
Isn't he young for that?
All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
We welcome you inside the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County pregame show for this, the Route 42 rivalry between Cardington and Mount Gilead on the boys' side. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray, and it's rivalry night in the KMAC, and these two teams only separated by about, 4 miles or so, so, you know, you love the atmosphere.
Yeah, excited. We got an absolutely jam-packed house tonight. Really excited to take in this rivalry, kind of get to experience it for ourselves for the first time.
And let's get right into things with our team spotlight. First, for the visiting Cardington Pirates. This season, they are 4-7, 1-3 in the Knox Morrow Athletic Conference under head coach Jason Rice. 5-game losing streak, however, and only averaging 38 points per game in that 5-game losing streak. They're averaging 46.4 points per game, so despite the 5-game losing streak, those wins before that, those games, they could shoot the ball. They're just on a cold streak right now, defensively giving up 49.4.
Yeah, I know that prior to the game, you and I talked about, during the summer it was kind of flip-flopped. They were scoring the ball but not defending well. They've started to play some good defense, but offense has gone cold in that time. So hopefully tonight, with a lot of emotions in a rivalry game, great place to get that offensive kickstart again that they need.
And one of the key players for this Cardington squad, and actually it's not on there. A bit of a snafu there, so we'll get out of that.
Don't get us wrong, Alex Bruscott is a really good player.
Was good last night.
Cardington would love to have Alex Bruscott on the lineup tonight.
Well, I was going to talk about A.J. Brehm, the guard, but one of the best defenders out there for Cardington. Offensively, though, he's averaging 3.4 assists per game. He runs this offense, 4th in the KMAC, and he needs to run a balanced offensive attack tonight if they want to get at the Mount Gilead Indians. as we look at their team spotlight, brought to you by Ohiomeansjobs, Morrow County. 3-7 in the KMAC under head coach Stan Strasser, 1-4 in the conference, averaging 56.9 points per game. However, they're allowing 64.8, so they get into shootouts quite a lot. They have 3 players averaging in double figures, 3 players in the top 12 in the conference in scoring, and they've scored 70 points 4 times. They're 3-1 in those games.
Yeah, no doubt that they have the ability to go out there and put points up against any opponent. As you mentioned, having 3 guys in the top half of the KMAC and scoring is never a bad thing, but they still need to figure things out defensively because you're not always going to be able to outscore every other team on the floor.
And one of those 3 top scorers in the KMAC in our player spotlight is Aaron Gannon, who does everything. The center, the 6'5 senior center, 4th in the KMAC in scoring, 14.1 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. It's 5th in the KMAC, 2 blocks per game. It's 1st, and he's 11th in the KMAC with a 1.4 steals per game. You take it into the paint, you better have a nice shot or a nice fake because he's going to be right in front of you.
Yeah, he gives you a handful of stats. I mean, when you're leading or in the upper half of the conference and all those statistics, you know, you got a guy who's going to go out there and give you his all, you know, every minute that he's on the court.
We are just about ready for the national anthem. It's going to be played tonight by the Mount Gilead Band. In this rivalry night, we want to welcome everybody watching live and free tonight on our Facebook page. Hello to everyone. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. But let's send it down to the court for the playing of our national anthem by the Mount Gilead Pep Band. As always, a great job by the Mount Gilead Band. You love when you have either the bands or somebody singing it. It just adds to the atmosphere of a rivalry matchup like this one.
Yeah, I actually just talked to you about, not that there have been bad crowds where I've been, but I said, you know, hoping for one of those kind of atmospheres tonight. Friday night hoops in a packed house in here. Pretty deep student section, and like you said, the live band too.
Let's look into our keys to victory for this evening. First for the Cardington Pirates. Hit open shots. I was talking to assistant coach Travis Perry earlier today, and he said, you know what, in most of our games, we've been getting open looks, we just haven't been able to hit, and that's been one of the reasons why they've lost 5 straight. And the other one, team defense, because they're going to go up against a very balanced attack. Multiple players, like we said in Mount Gilead's pregame, that can hit for double-digit nights. So team defense, they really have to all contribute to the game tonight. And for the keys to the game for Mount Gilead, keep your balance. That balance offensively. 3 players in the top 10 in scoring. They do that tonight, they're going to be in good shape. And control the paint. One, Aaron Gannon, if he can make that paint his home tonight on his home court, they will be in good shape. Time now for our starting lineups. First for the Cardington Pirates. It's going to be Briggs, Hall, Crockett, McClure, and Brehm. As for the Pirates, or the Indians of Mount Gilead, Bland, Fitzpatrick, Gannon, Kennan, and Harris. And like I said, Bland, Gannon, and Kennan all averaging over 10 points per game. As we're just about ready to go, Hayden. Another fun KMAC matchup coming up tonight. If you're the Cardington Pirates, this is the perfect time to get out of that offensive slump. It doesn't matter. You throw the records out of the book. Throw them out the door, because it's a rivalry matchup and you never know what could happen.
No, that's exactly what you have to do. Similar scenario, I was at a game last night in the Northern 10, Buckeye Central and Upper Sandusky. A couple of teams in terms of the conference and the season overall, maybe not going exactly how they wanted to, but when you have an opportunity to get on the floor, play the game you love and do it against a team that there's no love lost for, always a great opportunity. You don't have many nights like these, so you got to take advantage of them while you have them.
We'll be keeping an update on the other big KMAC game going on tonight. Battle for first place, Fredericktown and Centerburg. That game is 6-4 Fredericktown early on here in the opening quarter. But we are about ready to go here from Mount Gilead. Merrick McClure and Aaron Gannon ready to get us started here on a KMAC Friday night. And we're underway. Indians win the tip. Kennan has it as Cardington playing an extended 2-3 zone, and they get the steal. They get their first possession. That's Brehm. The point guard backs it out, and they will start their first set of the evening. Back out to Crockett. Now a handoff to Brehm. Drives it in, kicks it back out, but it's stolen away by Kennan. Both teams' first possession turns into turnovers. Skip pass back out front. Harris hands off to Bland, left side to Gannon. He drives it in. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Cardington. This is Briggs. Baseline, kicks it back out to Crockett. He will drive it in. Counted and one.
Big opportunity for the Pirates to strike first with this three-point play.
Foul's going to go against Quade Harris, his first. Almost was set. But Crockett able to avoid just enough to get the block call. Completes the three-point play, and that's our first points of the evening. It's 3-0 Pirates. Indians looking to answer. Kennan. Left side to Gannon. He drives it in, reverse layup. No good. Missed it again, and back comes Cardington.
Last two possessions, Mount Gilead's got it to the rack. They just haven't been able to finish.
On the run out, it's stolen away, and back comes Mount Gilead. Kennan into the lane. He's fouled and counted.
Comes right back down and responds. Nice energy after the bucket, too. Chance for them to make things even again.
3-2. We saw the victory in the Village replay. And he completes the three-point play. We're tied at 3. Brehm tries to get into the paint, instead kicks it back out the hall. Minute and a half gone by here in the first quarter. Indians in a 2-3 zone. Outside to Brehm, and he'll reset. Now it's Briggs with the crossover. Kicks it back out the hall for 3. Yes, nothing but net. A.J. Hall.
Mount Gilead thought about responding again, trying to shoot 3 of their own.
Kennan backs it out. Gets it over to Harris, now to Fitzpatrick. Couple through the legs and dishes it off. 3 in the air, that one's way off. Call it a pass though, as it's picked up by Fitzpatrick, and he hands it off to Bland. He goes baseline, but he stepped on the line. It's a turnover.
Well, they'll need Bland to do his thing offensively tonight too. Obviously, he being the top scorer per night in the KMAC, and if you put him up against some of our conferences in the area as well, he would definitely rank in that top 4, top 3. If you put him up against some of the competition as well from the MOAC in the Northern 10.
That jumper, no good. That's Journey Williamson into the game for Cardington. (6-3) on the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County scoreboard. And what do we have here? Both referees talking. I don't know if we had a timeout call, an out of bounds, foul. What do we got here? Oh, there maybe a bench warning. Nope. It's going to be a foul on Williamson. I want to think that the refs were saying, did he go out of bounds or did the bump force him out?
Sure.
And they decided that it did and called the foul. Indians into the lane, counted and won again.
So far, all the points coming the hard way. The easy shots haven't fallen, but the acrobatic through contact layups continue to find their way through the hoop.
Aaron Gannon, the hoop and the harm. That'll be the first foul on Gavin Crockett, the third on Cardington. 2 minutes and 56 seconds in. Mount Gilead looking to tie this at 6. You noticed this stat earlier. Mount Gilead, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the KMAC.
Yeah, I believe they sit at 71.8%, just a shade below 72, which has a comfortable about 9% better than the next. I think Cardington's around 58%.
Ball fake, but he walked. And possession will go back to the Indians, looking to take its first lead of the evening. Fitzpatrick kicks it out to Harris. Now to Kennan. Free throw line, kicks it back out. Fitzpatrick for 3 off the front iron, no good. Rebound to Cardington. Hall gets it out to Williamson, and now to Briggs. Hall again, drives it in, looks to kick. Gets swarmed, finally does. Layup shot, in and out, no good.
It was great persistence because Mount Gilead was not going to give up that pass inside. They did find a way, but.
And on the other end, Matthew Bland for 3. So a 5-point swing right there as the Indians take their first lead of the night midway through the first.
And that was quick. I was worried it was going to be another ill-advised shot from the Indians, but Bland had the stroke that time.
A.J. Brehm with the nice pull-up jumper from about 12 feet. Makes it 9-8. Gannon gets it right side to Bland, who just hit the 3. Now to Kennan. He will drive to the lane, put it up too strong. Rebound to Cardington. But an errant pass stolen away, and we'll get a foul on the Pirates. It's going to go against A.J. Hall, his first, team's 4th. And we're going to get our first timeout of the night by the Pirates, which allows us to look at this series spotlight. Last 5 seasons, Mount Gilead, a 6-4 advantage. 2017-18, Mount Gilead swept. 18-19, 19-20 was a split between the two teams. And 2020-21, the post-COVID year, Cardington with 2 straight. And then last season, Mount Gilead got the best of Cardington, 2-0.
Chance for Cardington to get their first shot at revenge after dropping both last season.
And you've seen that going back and forth, either a split or it goes one team or the other. And evenly matched squads here. If Cardington can get their shooting, that shooting approach back. .330 left here, opening quarter. Indians up by 1. That's Gannon. Gets it back out to Bland. Looking to get an entry pass. Carter Kennan kicks over to Bland again. He'll try another 3 right on the line. Good for 3, his second of the night.
There was no doubt about that one either.
Ball bouncing around, rebounded by Mount Gilead. They have a chance to extend on this 4-point lead. Kennan out to Gannon. Spin move puts it up, but off the front of the rim, no good. And an errant pass. Another turnover, the 5th on Cardington, as we take a look at Matthew Bland's second 3 of the evening.
Yeah, I really like the confidence he's displaying so far early in the game. He likes that spot, too, exactly where he nailed the one prior.
Cameron Vickers into the game for Mount Gilead as Bland tries another 3. No good, but an offensive rebound. Kick back out. 3 now for Kennan. Doesn't hit, but another offensive rebound, then thrown into the 4th row. All right, are they going to say it's tipped? They will, so it will stay with Mount Gilead. 4 offensive rebounds here in the first quarter by the Indians. Inbound to Gannon. Tried forcing it in, but it's deflected away. Briggs kicks it to McClure. Now to A.J. Hall. He'll try a 3, too strong. Rebound Mount Gilead. Into the lane, actually outside to Fitzpatrick. He drives it in. Nice pass across. Ball fake. Bucket good.
Yeah, the help side defense, just, some miscommunication on matchups there.
Nearly a rejection. Back inside. Layup, no good. Another offensive rebound. No, it's taken out by Mount Gilead. Into the lane, and we'll get a foul. Take a look at the last bucket by Mount Gilead on the Victory in the Village replay. Making nice juices and smoothies. Healthy ones.
That's right.
Myself and Hayden.
Yeah, we both enjoyed
ours.
some.
Very good, too. Free throw up, and it is good. Gannon's 4th point. Victory in the Village, located right here in Mount Gilead, only a few blocks away from the school. Warren Garrison into the game for Cardington as they look to get back on the board. It's been a while since they've scored. Rejected out of bounds. Aaron Gannon averaging 2 a game. There's one there, and I think he did get a dunk on the other ones. He's already at his average.
I was just going to say, I believe he definitely, maybe it was assisted, but still, that was him the last time as well, so going to be an above-average night for him in that category.
Under 80 seconds left here, opening quarter. Bland kicks it left side to Gannon. He'll drive to the lane and kick it back out. Fitzpatrick now into the lane. Pulls up off the side iron. Back comes Cardington, nearly stolen by Bland, but deflects off his hands out of bound. Cardington will maintain possession.
Under a minute now. Chance, it'd be big for Cardington to see a bucket go through, but an offensive foul will prohibit that.
Moving screen. That's him against McClure, his second. And already the 6th team foul. So Mount Gilead will be going to the line for the rest of this first half. Every non-offensive foul, I should say. Fitzpatrick gets it to Gannon, now left side to Harris. Into the lane, forces it up, no good. Rebound to Cardington.
Nice straight-up defense by the Pirates that time to avoid the foul, but these turnovers killing them right now, Travis.
That's their 7th. Nice pass right side, layup missed. Somehow got his rebound and puts it in. Quade Harris with his first points. It's a 10-point game, and on the other end, an air ball saved by Mount Gilead with 8 seconds left in the quarter. They have a chance to add to their 10-point lead. Left side, Kennan into the lane, loses the handle for a second. 1 second, got to force it up, doesn't know that though, and that's how the first quarter will end. We played one here in this rivalry matchup down at Mount Gilead. Indians leading the Pirates at Cardington 18-8. You're watching boys high school hoops KMAC style on a Friday night, live and free right here on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back here at Mount Gilead, where the Indians hold an 18-8 lead after one. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray, and Cardington turnovers, the big story of quarter one.
That's for sure. Mount Gilead getting those offensive boards as well, so you just combine those two things, and shots start to not fall as much. Kind of a recipe for disaster at the end of the quarter for them. Looking to bounce back here at quarter number 2.
They get an offensive rebound.
Third
another
block.
Steal, or block, yeah. Back comes Mount Gilead. Fitzpatrick picks up his dribble, gets it over to Bland. Score update from Centerburg. Fredericktown leading Centerburg 27-18.
Interesting.
That take too strong. We're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Mount Gilead. Let's take a look at the Victory in the Village replay. Cameron Vickers called for the foul.
Second team foul of the half for Mount Gilead.
Jason Bachbrader in for Cardington. And another turnover. Fitzpatrick with the spin cycle, but can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Cardington. Quickly ahead. Almost a rejection, but it'll be a foul, and Cardington finally will have a chance to get some points on the board.
Yeah, Bland just jumped too early and then couldn't avoid making contact. We'll draw the foul. It'll be his first.
A.J. Hall to the line. Makes the first. Drought over. Made them both. 18-10. Kennan gives the Fitzpatrick, now the Bland. Bland into the lane, deflected, but kept alive. Kick back out. Bland's going to try contested three, just a little too strong, but an offensive rebound by Vickers. However, he lost it out of bounds. Fourth Mount Gilead turnover.
Yeah, great chance now for the Pirates to come down here, try and cut this to a 5 or 6 point contest. Just got to look for a little bit of patience from the Pirates here. Those, half-court passes on the far side have really been getting them into trouble, but they're able to break the press.
Bachbader was too far underneath the hoop, though, and missed the layup attempt, and then we're going to get a foul 96 feet away. That's going to go against Williamson, his second, and we're going to have free throws on the other end for the Indians. A lot of players have seen time already by both sides. Zay Nippert in for Cardington. I think we have a little discussion on who is getting these free throws. And they have decided that it'll be Mr. Harris. Makes the first. 3 points now for Quaid. 19-10 here in the second quarter. Too strong on the second. Baseline jumper off the back iron. Kennan.
Showtime pass from Bland.
Let's take a look at that.
Second time tonight he hasn't.
The Jason Kidd, the no-look.
Definitely like the swagger that he plays with. I think we picked up on it from football, but I know this is my personal first chance to see him play basketball this year.
It's against Crockett. So that's his second foul. As Kennan hits the first free throw, makes this a 10-point game once again. Second free throw short. And rebounded by the Pirates.
Couple of rare misses there. 2 missed free throws in the last 2 trips to the line for Mount Gilead.
Give and go from Garrison to Brehm. Nice pass inside, layup good. McClure with his first points. It's 20-12. Nicely run offensive set there by the Pirates.
And that had to feel good. They've had, it looks like that a couple times here already tonight. Haven't finished on the layup. They finally got one to go.
Good look inside, but the layup just contested enough to not go in. Pirates now with a chance to go on a bit of a run here. Left side to Garrison. Now Brehm with it. Nippert to the lane, doesn't get it to go, and we're going to get a jump ball possession to Mount Gilead. And you're seeing a little bit of that chippiness that you get in a rivalry matchup. You've seen it a couple times, some hard fouls.
Yeah.
Indians going to take a timeout here with 5:07 remaining. That gives us a chance to say hello to our fans. Our pirate ship buddy, Tanner. How are you tonight? Saying go Pirates. Dora Brown, thanks for sharing. So, tonight the boys play, and usually you get the girls' version tomorrow. For instance, myself and Keith Kokinda will be at Freddieburg Part 1 for girls. Also, we'll have a crew at Devil Dog Part 1, Danville, East Knox. And then Mount Gilead Cardington girls, that's a good one. That'll be for first place in the conference. We'll be back here. And an update on the boys' side of Freddieburg. 32-20 Fredericktown. Just over a minute remaining in the first half. Kennan gets it to Bland. Tries going baseline, nearly traveled, but gets it away. Harris now puts it up, in and out, no good.
Both teams continue to struggle from, about 4 feet from the hoop and closer. Whether it's been bank shots or floaters or layups, it just has been a struggle tonight for both sides.
Briggs, he's going to try and drive, but kick back out the hall. Coming up on the midway point of quarter number 2. Garrison now hands it off. Back to Hall. Now to McClure, he'll try a 3, too strong. Rebound to Mount Gilead. Quickly ahead to Kennan. Offensive foul. He got there before him. I think he got set, but kind of awkwardly. However, they will call Kennan with his first, team's 4th. 5th turnover for Mount Gilead. So Cardington sticking around by some tough breaks against Mount Gilead. Garrison rejected, but he'll get the ball back. 4th block tonight.
Just through a quarter and a half of play, too, so if he keeps this up, excited to see what the total at the end of the night could be.
Hall with it. Kicks it across the Briggs. Now to Nippert. He's going to try the 3. No good. Rebound to Mount Gilead. And then a foul close to half court, and it will send Gannon to the line. That's going to be the 2nd foul on Warren Garrison this evening. Aaron Gannon looking to make this a double-digit lead once again. Makes the first.
That'll be his 6th point of the night.
This will be the 10th attempted free throw of the first half for Mount Gilead.
And
compared to only
Trav,
3 by Cardington.
Just 1 foul away, too, from getting the guaranteed double bonus.
In and out, no good. And on the other end, the layup just short, contested. So Mount Gilead will get another possession. Nice look inside, layup good. And a timeout, Cardington. Let's take a look at that beautiful dish. (23-12) the score on the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County scoreboard. It's the largest lead of the night for the Indians. And honestly, this could be a much bigger lead.
Yeah, it could. I agree. It could be absolutely probably a 20-point game, in all honesty, with some of the struggles Mount Gilead has had, some of those tough breaks.
Cardington with only 4 points here in the second quarter.
And I think one of the issues going on right now is just they're getting back down quick, which is what you have to do when you're down, when you're trying to score fast, but almost too quick. They're not taking time off the clock, and the lack of rhythm offensively just allowed Mount Gilead to get the ball back quick and then go down and score.
23-12 is the score here with 3:13 left in the first half. Coming up on the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County halftime report, stats analysis, much more coming up in about 3 minutes and 13 seconds of game time. So we'll see what the Pirates run here out of the timeout, trailing by 11. That's a kick that'll stay with Cardington. Left side 3, it's good. Briggs with his first points, and it's 23-15. They needed that bucket.
Big shot, cuts it right back down to a single-digit deficit.
Kennan into the lane, kicks it back out. And again, just missing are the Indians. 3 in the air this time by Hall, too strong. And a run out for the Indians. Layup, yes. $10 points for Aaron Gannon. And another empty possession on the other end by Cardington. Still haven't been able to go on a run. Fitzpatrick into the lane, tries the turnaround, blocked, but kicks it out. Errant shot that time, somehow rebounded, dished into Gannon, but he misses. That would have been a highlight reel. And on the other end, we're going to get a foul against the Indians. Fitzpatrick's first, only the team's 5th.
And, I'd be really interested to see field goal percentages right now for both teams. Approaching halftime, definitely nothing that's going to blow you away. Nonetheless, 25-15 game.
Brehm gets it over to Williamson. Now to Briggs. Briggs with the backdoor cut, reverse layup. Doesn't go, offensive rebound, ball fake, no. So the woes continue for both sides inside the paint. 3 in the air by Kennan is missed. And Cardington will let that go out of bounds. Take a look at that run out. Easiest bucket Gannon's gotten so far tonight. 70 seconds left. Ooh, big collision, no call. And an offensive foul.
Maybe trying to. I'm not saying they were just so blasphemy wrong, but maybe trying to make up for the call around midcourt.
So hopefully A.J. Brehm is all right as he's trying to massage that leg. One minute left here in the half. 25-15 Indians. Cardington looking to get this into single digits as they go to the break. Briggs gets it back out to Williamson. Nearly stolen away, but it'll stay with Cardington with 48.8. Nippert gets it into Briggs. Into the lane, puts one up, off the back iron, but gets his own rebound. Inside to McClure. Nice pass, layup, yes. A.J. Hall with his 7th point. 20 seconds left in the half. Mount Gilead going to hold for the final shot. Bland, closely guarded. Gets around the defender, jump stop, offensive foul.
Now, a few of those did go, in favor of the Indians in the first half, but
that one was, I think, the right call because
right.
he landed on top of the defender. You're supposed to give him a little space there.
Right. As of late, they've done that about 2 or 3 times, and all of them have been called for a charge. So kudos to the Pirates for stepping in there and taking that every time, too, because no matter what they call, it doesn't take the pain away.
Backdoor cut, layup, yes. 4 straight for Cardington. And a steal, shot at the buzzer off the top of the rim. The backboard, and that's how the half will end. But Cardington with a little life as we go into the half. They only trail by 6. We're going to take a break, be back with the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County halftime report. You're watching Boys High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing?
Preparing for his next career as a commentator.
Isn't he a little young for that?
All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Tonight's Boys High School basketball broadcast brought to you live and free right here on the OH Report. Thanks to our generous sponsors, Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County. Need a current job list, help with your resume, or practice interviewing? Morrow County Ohiomeansjobs provides many services that can assist you. Stop in or give them a call at 419-946-8480. Victory in the Village, a juice and smoothie bar located in Mount Gilead, providing you with a healthy energy and metabolism boost for your daily routine. And Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community, as well as our friends at Frito-Lay. Thank you to all of our sponsors tonight for allowing us to bring you this and all of our live streams live and free to you, the fans, on our Facebook and YouTube pages. We'll take one more quick break and be back with the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County halftime right here, live and free on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
We welcome you inside the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County halftime report with your score at the break, 25-19 in favor of the Mount Gilead Indians. Travis Berardi alongside Hayden Gray, and an 18-8 Mount Gilead lead in the first, but then some tough breaks at the hole for both sides. Low-scoring second quarter allowed Cardington to make a little bit of a run at the end and cut into the lead.
Yeah, honestly, neither team is super high scoring. You expect a little bit more out of a half probably from Mount Gilead in terms of points, but low scoring affair, but that doesn't surprise me for a rivalry matchup, let alone a conference game. These are the opponents you know the best, the people that you're always kind of keeping an eye on no matter the time of year that you're playing them. So we got a scrappy game going on right now. Now just back to a 6-point deficit, so it'll really come down to who's going to be able to not cough over the ball as much anymore, and who's going to be able to make these easier shots from a few feet away from the hoop, because that's honestly been a bit of a struggle for both teams, but should be in for an absolute, the definition of a KMAC finish, a nice close game.
Yeah, and like we said before, in the rivalry game, you just throw the records, everything out the window, because you never know what could happen. And now let's take a look at our halftime stats, brought to you by Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County. 8 field goals to 7 in favor of Mount Gilead. Both teams with 2 threes. But the big difference, free throw shooting. Mount Gilead has gotten to the line 6 times. They're 7 of 10. A couple of those ran ones. That's why it's not 12 free throws. You know what I mean. 3 of 3, though, for Cardington. But that's 4 points right there. 1 extra made field goal. Even the youngest of kids can add up that stuff. It's a 6-point lead. Cardington out-rebound Mount Gilead 20-18. However, 9 turnovers. Mount Gilead had the turnovers down at the start, but a few charges and some turnovers late gets that back up to 7.
Yeah, and I think that's something that plays into that as well. It felt like there was more turnovers even than that with the 16 that were combined. But another key for either side in the second half, it's going to be who's going to ride the course and be patient too. It's clear that both offenses want to move fast. They would have put up a lot of shots. But if someone's going to be able to develop, for example, a few times down here at the right side when Cardington set up some plays with some movement and some passes in between teammates, that looked good. That's the type of basketball that might be able to get it done tonight because some of these quick jumpers just haven't been anywhere close.
Looking at some individual scoring here in the first half. First for Cardington, A.J. Hall with 7 points, Kalen Briggs with 5, Gavin Crockett with 3, Merrick McClure and A.J. Brehm both with 2. As for Mount Gilead, Aaron Gannon with 10 points, Matthew Bland with 6, Carter Kennan with 4, Quade Harris with 3, and Cameron Vickers with 2. Scoring 18-8 Mount Gilead after 1, an 11-7 Cardington second has their lead cut to 25-19. On the boards, Mount Gilead out-rebounding Cardington on the offensive glass 7-5. Cardington out rebounding on the defensive glass, 15-11, and we already said 9-7 the turnovers. Cardington 9, Mount Gilead with 7. As we get ready here for the second half, what would you like to see out of both sides here in the second half, Hayden?
I mean, I guess I'll fall back to what I said. I would like to see one of them try and set up a little bit more stability on the offensive side of the ball. I know both teams are capable of going out and putting up quick shots, but I think both teams also have the personnel to go out and set up and run some plays to look for better shots. It's felt like things have just been a little bit rushed, what sometimes high school ball is that way. It's quick, it's fast-paced, a lot of tempo, but I think the more passes that can be involved to get to the open man, it'll be the better. And I think this third quarter will really not give us our winner, but I think the third quarter will be pretty decisive.
It will be Cardington ball out of the break. So right away they'll have a chance to cut this to maybe one possession as we get ready for third quarter action here from Mount Gilead. Battle of Route 42. And we are underway. Brehm picks up the dribble. Has to get it away, and he does to A.J. Hall. Looking for the pick and roll, instead gets it out top of the key for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, Mount Gilead.
Not a bad first shot, though, for the Pirates. Tough break. Bounced around the rim.
McClure gets it inside. Bland actually gets it inside. Makes this 27-19. 8 points for Bland. Now McClure with it, gives it away to Brehm. And a moving screen, offensive foul. That's going to go against Crockett. That'll be his third, the 10th Cardington turnover. Kennan gets it to Gannon, who worked his way around a couple screens. Give and go to him, but it's stolen away. Back comes Cardington. Down by 8, but they give it right back. Fitzpatrick dribbles his way around, gives it to Harris into the lane. Can't get the layup to go. Brehm quickly ahead, left side the Hall for 3. A little too much on that. And Gannon gets the rebound. Fitzpatrick into the lane. Offensive foul. Lowered the shoulder. That'll be Fitzpatrick's second.
So kind of a wild first minute, 35 to start the second half.
Bit sloppy. But yeah, both teams going at about 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, it just feels like the tempo is just so quick.
6:25 left here, third quarter. Also want to give a shout out to Mason, KMAC Plus. He's in the house for this rivalry matchup. Got to say hello to him at halftime. He's down on the floor taking pictures. That left side 3, no good, but an offensive rebound and a foul, maybe. Who's the foul going to go against? It will go against Mount Gilead, so Cardington will be rewarded with the offensive rebound. Foul's going to be against Bland, and that's his third.
Yeah, and not even 2 minutes in. They will leave him in the contest, though, so Coach trusting.
Yeah, third foul at this point, not terrible, but you're starting to, play with fire. Layup too strong. I think he was expecting a little more defense from Mount Gilead. Instead, it turns into a Bland run out. He has 10 points. Another 3 is missed. And another run out. Bland, he's going to try a 3 this time. Squish! 5 straight. Time out. Cardington. Matthew Bland taking over. So you take a look at the Victory in the Village Replay.
I mean,
what a ball fake, too. His defender flew right by him with that ball fake.
on that last layup, you know, he showed why he's one of the quickest out there on the court. But I tell you what, the absolute confidence that he shoots with behind the three-point line, if you're going to be a guy who goes out there and just puts up shots, you've got to have that kind of confidence because they're not all going to go in. He's had a few misses tonight, but for the most part, he's looked really solid behind the three-point line.
5:47 remaining here, third quarter. A 13-point Indian lead, their largest of this evening. Indians looking for win number 4 and number 2 in the conference tonight. Both teams with one victory in the KMAC. Briggs gets it back out to Williamson. Fakes the deep three, gets it inside, but it's turned over. Threw it into triple coverage. Aaron Gannon into the lane, layup, counted and one.
The impact that Gannon has had on this game has been really a massive plus for them as well. Not only what he's doing offensively, but on a defensive side, those 4 blocks in the first half.
And that was kind of a casual take to the hole, too.
Yeah, it didn't even look like.
Took his time and got the bucket to go.
That's why I think you can tell he's got the tools to be a really successful player. He's got the lengthiness, the height, but he's still very quick too.
Ties Bland for the game high in points with 13. 35-19. Mount Gilead looking to blow this open here in the third quarter. Briggs at the free throw line gives it off to Crockett into the lane. Spin move, layup, no good. Back comes Fitzpatrick, now to Bland. Jump stops, kick it back out to Fitzpatrick. Fakes the pass and it's stolen away. 10th Mount Gilead turnover. Cardington needs a bucket here. 3 in the air. Not that time. Rebound, though. Saved and knocked out. Possession stays with Cardington as you take a look at the replay.
Absolute fastball, but the right move. You got to make the best of the situation when you're stuck in the corner there trying to make a save.
Briggs into the lane, stripped away. And then a frustration. No, it's a double dribble, so both teams with a turnover right there. Cardington will get it out on the sideline. Brehm thought about taking it to the hole, instead gives it to Briggs for 3, and the banks are open.
By any means, nice job to get a triple. Got to start working back down, possession by possession. They've got to get stops on the defensive side.
Hey, the backboard's there for a reason. Use it. Right side, 3, no good, but 3 Indians there for the offensive board. Bland. Right side to Kennan into the lane, kicks it back out to Gannon. And Mount Gilead's going to call, no, that's a 3-second violation. At first I thought the referee was pointing at Mount Gilead's bench for a timeout, but no, that's a turnover, their 12th. 3:51 left in the third, 35-22 Indians. Brehm weaves his way through traffic, left side to Briggs. Now back out straight away. That's Williamson, picks up the dribble. That's off the hand of Mount Gilead as he threw it, deflected out, so it'll stay with Cardington. Brehm, pull-up jumper, true. His 4th, it's back to an 11-point game. So a good answer by Cardington, as it looked like Mount Gilead was starting to run away with this.
All right, still lots of time as the Indians turn it over there.
And now they've matched Cardington in turnovers with 13.
So, yeah, I mean, you still got 11 minutes, a little bit slightly over with those 10 seconds as well.
That was their 6th turnover in 4 minutes and 50 seconds of game time. You know, if you're Coach Rice, you probably want to get this to within 6 or 7 by the end of the quarter. And they'll have a chance to get closer to that, as we will have free throws. Foul's going to go against Carson Traynor, his first. A.J. Hall to the line, 2 for 2 tonight. Make that 3 for 3.
Yeah, Pirates have shot well from the free throw line.
Not many chances, but yes, they've been perfect so far. And I really hope I haven't jinxed. You know who had the jinx last night?
Coming.
Joe Baylog
gave
a jinx last night, so it shows anybody can give the jinx.
Yeah, you always have to have that first one.
No jinx that time as he makes both. 9-point game. Bland, 3 no good. Rebound, I don't know who's fought for. It's going to be against Mount Gilead. So they're saying the Cardington player had position there, and out of nowhere came Quade Harris. I think I understand the call there.
It definitely, and it happened so quickly, too. Both guys kind of in midair, moving quick, collided when all of this was happening.
Nice pass from Hall, but can't get the bucket to fall. He gets the rebound, no good. Out of bounds, and it'll go to Mount Gilead. A tough break there as Cardington had a chance to cut into the lead, but couldn't.
Right, and not life or death right now, but those are ones that have to start falling for them to creep back into the game.
Yeah. Bland gets it to Fitzpatrick. Now to Harris for 3. No good. Long rebound, though, to Mount Gilead. Blocked and taken out by Cardington. 3 on 2. 3 in the air for Brehm. Yes! Timeout, Mount Gilead. Here come the Pirates. It's a 6-point game once again.
They're starting to get in a groove now.
And what do you say about basketball? It's a game of runs, my friend.
All right, whoever's going to be able to, battle through.
8-0 run by Mount Gilead to start. 8-0 run by Cardington to answer. 2:05 left here, quarter number 3, and we've got ourselves a ball game once again, folks, as we take a look at our comments section. Anita Flinders watching our grandson A.J. Brehm for Tennessee. Got to be happy about that shot. Lawrence Walker, Gannon looks like a human fly swatter. Go Indians.
I don't know if I've ever heard that used before, but somehow makes perfect sense.
Back to action. Fitzpatrick, double team. Gets it over to Harris. Now Bland for 3. Yes!
Jeez,
they got the answer. 16 points for Matthew Bland on his 4th 3 of the night. 38-29. Into the lane jumper, too strong. Rebound Gannon. He's going to be fouled. Or I'm wrong. It's Gannon that gave the foul on a push. His first. So another break for Cardington. Still get another chance. Out to McClure. And he gives it to Briggs to set up the offense as we approach 90 seconds left in the third. A.J. Hall into the lane, and he'll go to the line. Take a look at the replay here. I think he got enough of the hand on that block to get to warrant the call. It's tough to see that block from up here. We're so far away. So I think the referee's determining who that was against. That's going to be Carter Kennan's second. And that is now the 6th foul against Mount Gilead, so remember that as the rest of the way, other than offensive fouls, player control fouls, it'll send Cardington to the line the rest of the way as Hall misses the first free throw. Hall leading Cardington tonight with 9 points. Briggs closely behind with 8, and then Brehm with 7. Makes the second. 10 for Hall. It's an 8-point game. Kennan in the lane kicks it back out. Gannon for 3 short. And here come the Pirates. Williamson with a quick drive into the lane. Layup no good, but an offensive rebound. McClure back to Hall. Now to Williamson. He's going to put it up and in.
What a gutsy take right there, too. Had to battle on the shot just to, muscle it in, and he did.
Once again, it's a 6-point game. Gannon into the lane. Euro step puts it up, nearly gets the bucket to fall, but he will go to the line for 2. Foul will go against McClure. That's his 4th. The first player into foul trouble tonight as Gannon hits the first. $14 points for him this evening, along with 4 blocks and quite a few rebounds. Nails them both.
A push? During the free throw. So will they take away that last point?
They'll get the point. It's after the bucket's made, but the foul will give free throws the other way. That's the 3rd on Vickers. So without any time on the clock taken off, Cardington has a chance again to get it back down to 6. And you know why? After the first quarter and a half, you saw how it was chippy. How there's a lot of pushing and shoving around. So now the referees are trying to bring that back in. So any type of jousting is going to get called. Williamson hits his first. Especially in a rivalry game, you don't want to get it out of hand. So this is how they're going to keep it back. As Williamson hits both, and we're back to where we were before the 2 fouls. Bland nearly got the backcourt violation, but got both feet down. 40 seconds left in the third, 6-point Indian lead. Kennan drives baseline, backs it out again. Looking for Fitzpatrick. Instead gets it to Gannon. Up and under, he's fouled on the ground. That's going to be an inbounds underneath.
It's the end of this quarter, stretching on, and with Cardington already in the bonus, Mount Gilead just a couple fouls away. Could be in for a free throw shooting competition in the 4th.
Braden Lackey, his first minutes, he gets a foul. Gannon, triple team, gets it to go. 10 seconds left. Cardington looking the answer before the buzzer. Williamson, 5 seconds. 3 in the air, airballed, no good, and that is how quarter 3 will end. We got money time coming up. Mount Gilead leads 42-34. You're watching Boys High School Hoops, KMAC style on a Friday night. Live and free right here on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Money time here, and a money bucket by Bland to start. Travis Barari alongside Hayden Gray back here at Mount Gilead as the Indians get the first bucket of quarter number 4, but Cardington will have a chance to answer here with a couple free throws.
And now we kind of enter that time here in the final quarter of play where you don't have to be flawless because that's impossible, but you've got to try and knock down as many of these and all your shots moving forward. They've gone on runs. They've got it as close as 6, but they just haven't been able to get past that.
Crockett hits his first. Make that both. 5 points for him. It's back to that 8-point lead for Mount Gilead. Gannon jumps through a block, gets stripped, but gets it back. Left side 3 by Kennan. Yes! Kennan's 7th point. It's an 11-point lead and a steal. Fitzpatrick tries going baseline, will back it back out, gives it to Bland. Bland into that trap, nearly threw it away. And yes, no, we're going to get a timeout by Mount Gilead right before. And I want you to take a look at this.
I mean, that is.
Right.
Let's see. The hands are calling the timeout at the same time. Yeah. I mean, it is just timed up perfectly.
So the Indians barely escape that one as we're about to get a cheer off here, Hayden.
Oh.
We got flippers and, ooh, nearly a kick in the face. Ooh. We got some Bring It On action coming here.
I've
rivalry all around.
Yeah, the square off at the line.
I'm just hoping nobody gets kicked in the face. That would not be a good way to start your weekend, but.
Now all we need is the one gentleman who does all the flips from Mansfield Christian, and we would.
You know what we need? We need 2 mascots going at it now.
Oh, yeah.
Mascots, we got the cheerleaders.
That would be the ultimate.
We got a band. I mean, we got everything except for the mascots.
That would be the ultimate cherry on top to the game.
Got KMAC Plus in the house. I mean, speaking of the KMAC, let's take a look. Centerburg's come fighting back. It's a 3-point game with 2:15 left. That's on our Facebook and YouTube channels as well.
That's exciting.
Fredericktown's going to be going to the line for some free throws, though, but you expected that from Freddieburg. First place on the line in the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference in that game. Back here in the battle for Route 42, Gannon jump stops. Kicks it back out. Fitzpatrick nearly had it stolen, but finds the hands of Bland. And another charge.
And there's the 4th foul on Bland.
And with 7 minutes left, you got to get him out for at least a couple minutes, or do you risk it? I don't know.
I think what they're probably, the officials, what you're looking at there is they do not like how he's kind of launching himself.
Out of control, exactly.
Yeah, that's not really a basketball play.
And I agree completely with you, Hayden. Surprisingly, I do.
Yeah, right?
Crockett, mid-range jumper's good. 7 for him, and it's a 9-point game with 6:30 left in regulation. Kennan Gets it to Bland. Bland with 4 fouls. He's going to drive it in again. Misses the shot. Rebound to Cardington.
I mean, and that's bold. I mean, if you're Cardington, you want to get in front of Bland on everything the rest of the way.
And a tough layup for Williamson. 6 points for him. It's back to a 7-point game. Kennan now will drive in. Deflected. Back out to Gannon for 3. Doesn't get it, but an offensive rebound. Another chance. Fitzpatrick can't get it to go. And finally, Cardington will clear it out. Crockett looking to start the offense. Gets it to Brehm. 5:45 left. It's getting exciting here at Mount Gilead. Briggs to the lane layup.
Wow.
Yes!
Man, this is the lowest the deficit's been, Trav, since it was just down 6.
5-point game. Fitzpatrick looking to answer. Pulls up. It's deflected.
Wow.
Cardington's got a chance to cut this to 1 possession. Quickly ahead to Williamson, but the ref gets in the way, and it's a turnover. Look at the replay.
Wow.
That's just tough. It did hit the hand of Williamson
Yeah.
first, but he was unable to get it because the referee got in his way.
That's tough.
That's just it's part of the game. Just a tough break, but you got to think Mount Gilead was going to get a break at some point, and that might have been it if they can score here. Gannon gets it over to Fitzpatrick. Back to Gannon. Give and go. Layup. No good. Offensive rebound. Gets back to Gannon. Puts it up. Blocked.
Talk about the interior defense right now from the Pirates.
Williamson spins, and he's quadruple fouled. Who's going to be the foul call? Because there are 4 guys hacking at him there. That's going to be Harris, his 3rd. So Journey Williamson takes the journey to the free throw line and misses the first.
Oh, the no dribble free throw.
He rushed it there and showed.
I have not seen that.
And Matthew Bland is going to check back in, but too late.
Yeah, you can't. The officials already. Oh, I don't know if that's officially in the rule book, but the official did give him the ball.
And now they're going to let Bland come in. Now remember, Matthew Bland, after getting that 4th foul, tried driving into the hole, but then realized I can't, take it right to the hole. Kind of pulled up midair and was off. We'll see if he continues to do that. Second free throw is good by Williamson, and it's a 4-point game. Under 5 to play. Gannon stolen away, but out of bounds, but a nice play.
I mean, the Pirates are alive.
Yeah. All the momentum seems to have shifted to Cardington. And I think that's why they have Bland back in there. He's going to try taking it, but dishes it off before the charge attempt. Layup, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, good and 1. Carter Kennan gets the rebound and puts it back in.
It's really been a battle of these and-1 opportunities. The physical play inside has opened the door for guys to go and get the opportunity to pick up 3 points the old-fashioned way.
That's the second on A.J. Hall. Free throw good. $10 points for Carter. But Mount Gilead, but Cardington answers. Briggs with 12. 5-point game once again. Fitzpatrick. Right side the trainer as he tries to drive in, gets it left side. Kennan, can he get another one? Yes! Carter Kennan with 6 straight. For the Indians, he has 13. It's an 8-point game. Midway point of the 4th. Williamson forces it up, no good. Offensive rebound, pulled back out. Brehm over the Crockett for 3, off the front iron. Rebound deflected off of Mount Gilead. It's going to stay with Cardington. Let's take a look at that.
It's close.
And I think Fitzpatrick did get the hand in there.
Yeah, he must have. We're kind of blockaded from our view on that one, but
8-point game. Every possession crucial here for the Pirates. Hall out to Crockett. Now to Brehm. Spins, gets it over the Hall. Hall's going to drive it in. That's an offensive foul. Easy call there by the ref.
It's the same thing that's happening to Mount Gilead at any time. It's almost kind of.
Look at it. You see him.
You see that little bit.
Shoulder, yeah.
You see that little bit of motion, almost like puffing the chest, when you forcefully kind of introduce yourself into the lane like that. They're going to hit you with it every time.
That's the easiest charge call the refs will probably see this evening. Gannon with a chance to get this back out to 10. Loses the handle. And a jump ball. It will be a change of possession. So Cardington gets the stop after the turnover. And down 8 with 3:22. Again, every possession critical. Brehm. Left side to Crockett, back out. And you need more movement in your offense if you're going to try and stop this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
this is where you kick it out, but quick ball movement as well. There's the quick pass as Hall tried to drive, backs back out, throws up an air ball. And out comes Mount Gilead. Layup doesn't go. Rebound to Cardington.
And, you'd like to see Mount Gilead burn a little time there, Travis. 8-point lead, under 2:50 when they did possess the ball. I get trying to put them away.
Crockett, we're going to get a timeout. Cardington just taking too much time there on those last two offensive possessions, and they'll draw something up. Back to our Facebook comments. Bob Fitzpatrick, Rowan Fitzpatrick's dad, watching from Stuart, Florida. Thanks for watching, Bob. Game has ended at Centerburg with the final. Give me a second.
1,000.
Oh, you're funny. Fredericktown takes over first place. 59-50.
Sounds like it was a good one.
And for you fans watching this one, if you want to watch that game, head on over to our Facebook or main YouTube channel, and we'll have it for you once you're done watching this one, because we're not done yet. Cardington will get the ball, down 8 with 2:27 remaining. And also for you folks trying to look for this on YouTube, we were unable to due to internet restrictions here at Mount Gilead. I'll have this game uploaded tonight to YouTube. You can also watch the replay right here on Facebook. I think I got all the housekeeping stuff done now. So
I think so.
Brehm gets it in. Layup, good. Tough shot for Crockett. He has 9 points, and it's back to a 6-point game. Gannon looking to drive. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Fitzpatrick. Rowan hands it off to Bland. And now, I was about to say Mount Gilead looking to run clock, but Bland gets an open look to the hole and gets his 20th point.
And I'll sound like a hypocrite, but I like that one by Bland. He did notice that it opened up, and with his speed, go ahead and get that bucket.
It was a wide open take, but answered by Brehm. He has 9. 55-49. Nobody in on Kennan. Hands it to Gannon. Back to Kennan. He'll try to drive again. And that time a block. And I like the call. He stepped in a little too late on that. So Carter Kennan, 3 of 4 today from the line. Will get 2 shots. Makes the first. Got them both. 15 for Carter. Quick release 3 off the iron. Offensive rebound, put back good. Williamson with 9. 5 Pirates with 9 or more points. Gannon's gonna try a 3. Dagger!
Yep. And Mount Gilead forces the turnover with 63 seconds left.
I like it, Hayden.
Just for you, Trav.
18th Cardington turnover. And after the Gannon 3, that might have just closed the door on a comeback. And Mount Gilead's going to talk it over. We take a look one more time at Gannon. His first 3 of the night. Well into consideration for MVP with his play on both sides. And we want to remind you to stay tuned for the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County postgame. We'll have the Victory in the Village MVP, stats analysis, and much more coming up in possibly 63 seconds of game time, unless this one goes extra. Who knows? Take a look at the Indian student section. It's ESPN night there. As they were setting up, I said,
yeah, Travis had a little problem with
why
that.
Why wasn't it OH report night? I know we're not quite to the level of the 4-letter network, but we're getting there in Ohio at least. Some people in the KMAC call us the ESPN of Ohio.
You know, maybe someday, Trav.
Hopefully, we want to get there. Inbounds. That's the guy to give it to. Gannon gets the Bland layup good. What a perfectly executed set out of the out of bounds.
Yeah, Bland just slipped away and found himself wide open.
Cardington's going to have to put up 3s. That one's no good. And it's a rebound to Mount Gilead. And that might have just done it as Gannon, I think he was thinking the flush.
I was going to say.
Mishandled it, but still got it.
He looks like he's got the length to do it.
And a Cardington turnover. No look pass to Fitzpatrick, and smartly he pulls that back out as he's fouled. He'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. 4th on A.J. Hall, and that pretty much closes the door for a Mount Gilead win.
You would think down 13 with 30 seconds, probably the last foul we'll see, pending what they do on the other side.
Selfless play there by Fitzpatrick. He could have taken that in for an easy lay-in. Instead, takes a couple extra seconds off the clock. Misses the free throw, though. As Rowan, tonight, no points, but his play dishing out the ball has been pivotal to this offense. That 3's rejected. And we'll get another foul with 18 seconds left. As now Carter Kennan will get a 1-and-1. Third on Williamson. And the Mount Gilead student section.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're just prolonging the pain here. I don't believe you'd see another foul.
That's 16 now for Carter. As Matthew Bland will finish his night with 22 points. Kennan as well. He finishes with 17. And Aaron Gannon finishes with 21. Remember that balance I told you about in the pregame? They got it tonight. Final seconds coming off the clock here. Briggs back out to Crockett for three. In and out, rebound to Mount Gilead. And that'll do it. Indians get the victory. To improve to 4-7, 2-4 in conference. We'll take a break and be back with our Ohiomeansjobs postgame as well as the Victory in the Village MVP. You're watching Boys High School Hoops KMAC style, live and free right here on the OH Report.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing?
Preparing for his next career as a commentator.
Isn't he young for that?
All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. And let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Tonight's high school basketball boys KMAC broadcast brought to you live and free thanks to our generous sponsors. Ohiomeansjobs, Morrow County. Need a current job list? Help with your resume or practice interviewing? Morrow County Ohiomeansjobs provides many services that can assist you. Stop in or give them a call at 419-946-8480. Victory in the Village, a juice and smoothie bar located in Mount Gilead, providing you with a healthy energy and metabolism boost for your daily routine. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community, and Frito-Lay, good fun. Thank you all sponsoring this live stream and all of our sponsors that sponsor our live streams to bring you these games live and free on our Facebook and YouTube pages. We'll take a break. Be back with the MVP and post game right here on the OH Report.
He takes the Tostitos, fakes left, goes right, and dives into the salsa. Now that is how you bring home the snacks.
What is he doing?
Preparing for his next career as a commentator.
Isn't he a little young for that?
All the best players get broadcast deals these days.
Bill's Mafia is going absolutely crazy down here. Isn't that right, Billy? So true, so true. Back to you, Josh. Back to you. Now let's go down onto the field for the coin toss. Doesn't get much better than this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Time now for our Victory in the Village MVP, and it is Mount Gilead senior forward center, big man in the middle, Aaron Gannon, 21 points, I have him down for 4 blocks. He might have more, but he's well over the average of 2 per game. He is the leader in blocks in the KMAC. First of all, Aaron, congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you, sir.
How good is it to feel to get a win over a rival in a game like this tonight?
It feels really good. I mean, we prepared for this all week, just working on our defense, working on our offense, trying to stay calm, not get too excited, not rush anything. For me, it feels really good having my first time playing Cardington at home. I had to miss last year because of transfer, and I got sick. So, I mean, it feels really good to beat a rival at home.
Your presence inside really changed things, at least offensively for Cardington. They had to take more outside shots because of it. Just what do you guys work on, especially being so good inside the paint, just keeping teams from getting a good drive to the hole?
I think our biggest thing is trying to work on ball defense, but then on top of that, we really want our help side. So we really need our help side getting to that middle lane to force them to pass back out and prevent them from getting those easy buckets.
Offensively, I mean, you guys 3 scores in the top 10 in the KMAC in scoring. You did it with balance again tonight. Matt had 22, you had 21, Carter had 17. Just how good is it having an offense where you're so balanced that teams can't just focus on one player?
I mean, it's really good because you can't face guard one person, because what that leaves, it leaves open man, leaves better passes, better open lanes for other people. But I think what really helps is that we have such the balance so we can trust each other. I can pass the ball and I can trust my players to do the right thing, and they can pass the ball to other people trusting. It's just family. It feels good.
You guys now 4-7, 2-4 in the conference. First win of the new year to start off right. What do you guys need to do moving forward to continue this and just get better, maybe get yourselves back in the conference race?
We just need to continue playing defense and getting better at it. Our biggest strength is our offense, and our biggest weakness right now is our defense. But I feel like today we stepped it up and we've progressively built into a stronger defense, and I think that will help us moving forward.
All right, and finally, as always, you want to look into the camera, give anybody a shout-out that you like. I know you got a lot of people back here rooting for you, especially the ESPN folks down here. Hello to
Yes,
guys,
sir.
but if you want to give anybody a shout-out.
I'd like to give a shout-out to Mount Gilead. I mean, everyone supports us. I'd like to give a shout-out to my mom and dad, and then my Uncle Ron. He's helped me since I was in 7th grade. He's been a big help to me. Just give a shout-out to him.
All right, Aaron Gannon, 21 points. At least 4 blocks tonight, a lot of rebounds. He had a very good night as Mount Gilead gets the rivalry victory. Congratulations, Aaron.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're going to take one more break, and we'll wrap things up here in the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County postgame. You're watching high school basketball live and free right here on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back here at Mount Gilead is the Indian student section. They wanted to get in tonight. They had a fun student section tonight, the 4-letter network. And we love you too. Had to get them in there. It's fun having student sections like this as we enter into the Ohiomeansjobs Morrow County post-game show as I welcome Hayden Gray back in. 66-51 the final, and you know, Cardington gave it the best shot towards the end, but Mount Gilead, just that balance too much.
Yeah, when you talked about those guys at the beginning of the night, looking what they could do scoring-wise, having those 3 different guys averaging in the double digits, it's tough to do that all the time, but they came out and did it again tonight. You know, as we heard in our interview, it really kind of helps you relax when you're out there and have several guys that you can count on and trust, and that was all they needed. Was a good performance as a unit, not just one guy tonight to overcome Cardington, and that's what they put on the floor, and they were able to hold out and really pull away again at the end.
And now let's take a look at the final statistics for the evening. 66-51 the final, 22 field goals to 18, 7 threes to 4. Mount Gilead ended up winning the battle on the boards 32-31. Mount Gilead 11-9 on the offensive end, 22-21 Cardington on the defensive end. Turnovers 19-16. 10 turnovers from Cardington in that second half, 9 from Mount Gilead. Both teams 17 fouls. That evened out in the second half. Cardington 11-13, Mount Gilead 14 of 18. Not too bad shooting that way. You expected that from Mount Gilead as they've been good all year, but that's a good sign for Cardington.
Yeah, you know, they have struggled from the line for most of the season, so that'll definitely boost their percentage. And they came out, and despite some of those points that came, you know, in a flurry at the end there, they did have it all the way back down to 5. So the Pirates really fought in a tough road environment tonight. They fell short, but again, both these teams, you know, you're not writing them out completely if something were to implode, but neither really competing for a KMAC title, but great performances from them tonight to kind of keep this rivalry alive.
Go over some individual scoring before we head out of here. First for Cardington, Kalen Briggs led with 12, Gavin Crockett with 9, AJ Brehm with 9, Journey Williamson with 9, AJ Hall with 10, and Merrick McClure with 2. As for Mount Gilead, I talked about the balance in the MVP interview. Matthew Bland, 22, Aaron Gannon, 21, Carter Kennan, 17, Quade Harris with 3, Cameron Vickers with 2. Score by quarter, Mount Gilead 18-8 after 1. Cardington came back with an 11-7 second to make it 25-19 at the break. Third quarter was 17-15 Indians to make it 42-34, and then they pulled away with a 24-17 fourth quarter to win it 66-51. Next up for both these teams, Mount Gilead. They will host Danville on Tuesday night, while Cardington's got a big one. They take on a host, conference-leading Fredericktown. But that will wrap things up here from Mount Gilead. Want to thank everybody that helped make things possible tonight. As always, Hayden Gray on the color commentary and camera. Adam Thompson, audio and video design. Brian Skoronsky, Dory Hollenbeck, also back at the OH Report. Ohiomeansjobs, Morrow County, our scoreboard sponsor, pre-post-game halftime sponsor. Victory in the Village, our MVP and replay sponsor. And our commercial sponsors, Knox Community Hospital and Frito-Lay. We want to thank the fine folks here at Mount Gilead High School for allowing us to be here to bring these games to you live and free. And most importantly, we want to thank you, the fans, for watching as Mount Gilead takes part 1 of the Route 42 battle. Make sure to stay tuned tomorrow. We have more live and free action coming your way. KMAC action, Fredericktown at Centerburg girls, Danville at East Knox girls, and also an audio broadcast, Clear Fork at Lexington boys, and our own Brian Skoronsky will have a highlight carry at Mohawk tomorrow night. So a lot coming to you tomorrow to finish out our week of coverage. But that'll do it. For Hayden Gray, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Mount Gilead.